We're back live here. The Team SMI Starting Lineup Media Day presented to you by SMI, Amy Brown, State Farm, Edward Jones of Carrollton, Douglasville, and Villa Rica, West Georgia Plumbing, Septic, and HVAC, Southland Insurance, Osier Apparel, and West Georgia Technology and Repair. We appreciate the Carroll County School System for opening up this beautiful Performing Arts Center for us today. And looks like Villa Rica brought an even bigger crowd than Temple, so I think Villa Rica gets the crown for having the most fans.
And neckties. Yeah. Now, I'm kidding, guys, okay? Villa Rica, right now, you look good on Friday night. I'm not kidding about this. You're going to do good, and people are going to wish they had never seen you coming. We're glad you're here today. We hope that you'll come back when we do it again. But on Friday night, bad English here, there ain't nobody going to be glad to see you coming. Am I right? Am I right? Well, I don't hear a yes. I just listen. You got to talk. This ain't going to cut it.
Yes, sir.
So, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Coach, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I'm sure you've heard this a lot, but welcome to Carroll County, Coach Honeycutt. It's an honor to get to see you again and get the season started off the right way. And I know August 16th has been circled on our calendar for a little bit, getting ready for y'all to play Central. But let's talk about your off season a little bit. Obviously taking over a new program coming from Grayson. You've been at Buford and now here at Villa Rica. The community respects this, or wants the football program to do well. How are you going to take it to the next level here coming up this year?
Well, first and foremost, it is an absolute honor and a privilege and a blessing to be the head coach at Villa Rica for a variety of reasons. You know, the first reason that it's a blessing is the leadership that we have. And not all football coaches can say that they have 100% absolute trust with conviction and leadership that we have in Carroll County schools. You know, starting with Mr. Cowart, who's a former coach. But Mr. Cowart, has the unique, his angle is that he sees the entire educational ecosystem.
Yeah.
He understands it from a teacher perspective. He understands it from a coach perspective. He understands the role of fine arts. He has tremendous insight and foresight. So at the very, very top of the leadership, we have an unbelievable person in charge there. Then at our principal, Glenn Harding, was also a coach and a teacher.
Pretty good basketball player.
That's right. That's right. I don't know about the basketball part, but I do know that he loves athletics. But more than anything else, like Mr. Cowart, Mr. Harding has tremendous insight and foresight. But Glenn Harding also has unbelievable, and we were talking about this on the ride over here, Mr. Harding has an unbelievable moral stature to lead. And it's easy to work for someone like Mr. Cowart, who's been there, like Mr. Harding, who's been there, who not only was a coach, not only was a teacher, but also has an unyielding desire to impact kids. Yeah. From a community standpoint, I've been in Region 1, the Shark Tank. I've been in Gwinnett, the Shark Tank. But I will tell you that the Villa Rica community is absolutely tremendous. Absolutely, and I would put them on par with South Georgia fans. I'll put them on par with Gwinnett County fans. The community, the Villa Rica community wants their school system to invest in every child, not just the athletes, not just the performing arts kids, across the spectrum. So I cannot stop, the praise towards the Villa Rica community. If you look at, we have two gentlemen in our booster club who are graduates who pour their life into their family and into our school. Kerry Miller, who's a class of 84 graduate, and Jody Millon's a class of 85 graduate. I've never seen in South Georgia, Gwinnett, anybody that works as hard as those guys. So, and then the other blessing are our players. Our players have been through so much. If you think about it, they've been through 3 coaches in 4 years. Right. So our seniors, Keenan, Ramel, these other guys that you see up here, they've proven that they are unbelievably resilient. Now, obviously, at the beginning part, when we got there, you could tell they were kind of like, God, who are these guys? Are they on their way out? Are they leaving? But as coaches, one of the words that we say in our field house a lot of time is love. And we make no mistake that we love our players. Now, everybody shows love in different ways. We show love by trying to hold them to a high standard. We show love by telling them that, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, in addition to just ball. So, I cannot tell you how happy I am to be at Villa Rica. It is not lost upon me or our staff that we get to work for Carroll County Schools. We get to teach at Villa Rica High School. We get to coach these guys. So I cannot tell you enough how proud we are to say that we're Wildcats.
I think he's ready to play football too with you guys. Is he like this all the time around you guys? Talk to us a little bit about Coach Honeycutt and how awesome it is to play for him. Because I'd put on a helmet for him right now and go play. I don't know about you guys.
In a heartbeat.
Go ahead, Ramel. Start us off.
Oh, shoot. You had to choose him. Look, he's already sliding back. Slide that chair back up here and talk to us, man. There we go. Now you're getting in the groove. Tell us about this man. All he'll do is make you win sprints.
He's a good coach, and he pushes us harder every day on the field and in the weight room, and we're just striving to get better, and just a good coach.
What about you, Keenan?
I'm just proud to play for Coach Honeycutt. He pushes us every day and make us a better person.
Awesome. Coach Orson?
All right, both of you guys last year started defensively on both sides, and y'all were, involved a lot last year, special teams wise, and you guys gave a lot of depth, offensively, based off of the system that y'all were in now. And so I know one of the big things coaches really asked you guys this year a lot. It's going to be for your leadership, and what you guys are doing, because, like he said, you've had 3 different coaches. So that's 3 different offensive philosophies, 3 different defensive philosophies you guys have had to endure and go through, now. So now as seniors, with the guys that are under you guys of being leaders, what do you see as your roles this year, whether it be offensively and coach's philosophy, what you're doing defensively, and as leaders, what y'all bring to the table to get, whether it be your other seniors that are with you and those underclassmen with you, to get Villa Rica football back to where it was at?
We just come a long way from last season, but that's in the past. But we came this year. We bringing it all this year, so we just striving to get better and better each and every day.
Keenan?
And this year is more leadership than it was last year. We work hard, and we hold everybody to high expectations.
I think it's safe to say we here in Region 7, you guys are in Region 7 5A. It's one of the toughest, probably the toughest region in all of 5A. You've got Kell, you've got Rome, Carrollton, obviously, East Paulding. And Villa Rica last year got down to the last game against East Paulding, came up a little bit short, and you win that game, you're back in the playoffs. Obviously, talk about that last stretch of games, because it's a gauntlet. I mean, you had a gauntlet of games. Talk about that and how you plan to build on that and hopefully to a playoff run this year.
Don't be afraid.
Hey, Coach Honeycutt, you can talk on that, because I know you've seen tough region ball as well, and you're getting into another tough region.
I mean, it's just it is. In terms of, if you probably put all the classifications in Georgia on a sheet of paper, regardless of school size, I mean, this region is brutal. I mean, there's no –
because you got 8 region games first off.
There's no proverbial cupcake on the entire schedule. And then, you've got Rome, who, I mean, just to be honest, they're a dominant team regardless of classification. Regardless. Kell High School is unbelievably talented. And then you have Carrollton, who, I mean, they are perennially strong, and then East Paulding. So the region is just a very, very difficult region. But I think more so than anything else, it's a very well-coached region, very well-coached. All of them have, established head coaches, guys who've got the skin on the wall, who've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Then you have tremendous players, and then you also add in tremendous school support in each school system. So you're facing just so much infrastructure when you play those teams, just a football infrastructure of superintendents that want to win, and they're going to give you resources. You have communities that want to win, they're going to give you resources, and on top of that, you add talented and committed players.
Awesome.
Well, one of the things that I'm interested in, talked about it a little bit on 5 o'clock, is the change in coaches. And fellas, this to me is very important for everyone to hear this. 3 coaches. You guys, after last year, could have said, to heck with this. I am not going to go out there and beat my head on, because I don't even know. I don't know if this guy's going to be here. I don't know. Tell us, so that it'll help these kids, what made you come back? Ramel, what made you come back? What made you? Tell us.
The love for football.
Okay.
That's pretty important.
Yeah.
I love football.
If you don't love it, forget it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ramel?
Can you say?
Well, all right, let me see if I can help you. Football is a game that people cheer when you blow somebody away. So when I played, I enjoyed that. I wasn't the nicest person in school, so I got in trouble.
Not you.
Oh, yeah. But
You wasn't nice?
No, I was not nice.
Find that
But
hard
when I went out on the football field, I could take all of the things, all of the crap, all of the junk that I had all day long, and I could take it out on somebody else. And people paid and cheered when I did it. Now, I'm not saying that's you, but to me, that would be a reason to come back. So, Ramel, what made Ramel come back to that football field?
I came back because, love of football and just be part of the team.
Yeah, be a part of something. I hear you.
It's important to be a part of something, and we've talked about the region, and we've talked about the community and how blessed Villa Rica is. Let's touch on talking about social media a little bit, because I know social media has a huge impact. How much is it a distraction for your players, do you think, as kind of compared to?
I don't know if it's much a distraction as I think you have to educate them on what to post, because a post lasts forever. Screenshots definitely last forever.
Right.
So I think as players, you have to be very, very aware of not just what you post, but also what you like, because there's a record of the things that you like as well.
Right.
I mean, so you have to be, I think, very, very aware of who you follow, who you allow to follow you as well, things that you post clearly. Anything that you wouldn't want your mom to see shouldn't be posted. But also the things that you like and what you follow, because those are all kind of, benchmarks as to who you are. But I do think social media has tremendous potential for good, but I think social media also has tremendous potential for it to do damage to a young man.
Awesome. Y'all got anything else for Coach?
Well, real quick, I know. Let's talk about that transition, because you got basically a whole new staff that's really kind of come in and talked about that. So, kind of give us a little bit of who you got, who you brought in.
Man,
what
so
guys
excited.
have helped you with here
I'm so
and
excited
get in the
about our
offseason.
staff. So excited. First off, we were able to hire Corey Nix, a former head coach. And until you've been there, you really don't know all the nuances of being a head coach. You can study, you can read every book, whatever. But until you've had to deal with the headaches, you don't know. So getting Corey Nix from Gordon Central, who had a previous relationship, my background was coaching against him when he was at Roswell. And then we were able to hire Darryl Roach, who's offensive coordinator at Pebblebrook, another former head coach. Luckily, we were able to keep David Norrid, who is a Villa Rica grad, class of '89. We also added Neil Strickland, Villa Rica grad. Courtney McGee, Villa Rica grad. So those guys have done an outstanding job for us. I'm really excited about them. But not only as just football coaches, but as men, they are great men who really, really want to impact kids. And, the first thing they talk about when we have staff meetings is, how's Mike doing at home? I hope Dustin White didn't break down on the way to school today. Has Elijah been taking his ice baths? I mean, our coaches are great men. Now, they hear the bad side for me because I'm always the one having to bring up the bad things. But our coaches have done just an unbelievable job of trying to endear themselves to their players, to coach them hard, but at the same time let them know that they love them. Before I go on, though, I do want to say that we have some other players here that I think are going to be, in addition to these two, the core nucleus of our team. Mike Hansen, Philip Zachary, Dustin White, Brady Smallwood, Jesse Roberson, Elijah Orozco. Those are all kids here that have been unbelievable this summer. And when we were told that we only had to bring two, we almost had a brawl in the coach's office as to which kids that we would bring. So those kids out there have done an outstanding job this summer, as have these two. But once again, I cannot reiterate enough how honored and blessed I am to be just a part of Villa Rica.
Awesome.
And how much I love coaching these kids. And I am absolutely thankful as our staff for us to be here. And we are so excited. And this is the most excited I've been for football, and I can't tell you how long. And it's because of the kids, and it's because of the community that gets my, engine going.
Yeah. First time I met Coach, we had a thing here with all the coaches in the county, and one of the big things he talked about was it was going to be his mission to make sure that he had stepped foot in every player's home before it got there.
Yeah.
And that, I thought, that's pretty impressive. That's a commitment right there when you said that you're going to, go out and you're going to have that conversation with everybody. Because, that lets you know exactly where your kids come from every day.
And our parents are phenomenal. Our parents don't enable kids. The most unbelievable parents I've ever come across are these parents of Villa Rica, because they're the complete opposite of enablers. They're like, Coach, tune him up, do whatever you need to do. And because I've been on the other extreme where you have these parents that will make excuses for their kids. They're doing this because of some circumstance. Let me tell you what, the Villa Rica parents are the best parents I've ever come across, ever. So I'm excited to be here, and I know our kids are ready to play. And I can't look in a crystal ball and tell you any kind of record, but what I do know is these kids love each other. I do know these kids take pride in wearing purple and gold.
Awesome. As we look at the schedule, not on the schedule is the big scrimmage against Central on the 16th. We're excited about that. Me and Coach, I know, will be there. We're excited about that.
You're to train the board hops.
Yeah, we're gonna get to kind of broadcast that, and then Campbell, first game of the season. Then let's see, Campbell, and then Martin Luther King, and then region play, just like that. So
it's on us.
It's crazy in this region, 8 region games. So no time to sleep, no rest for the weary.
None.
So
now Campbell, Cobb County, Campbell.
Yes.
Year in and year out, they give a tough ball game. What are you looking for?
They're very, very athletic.
Yeah.
They recently hired a new coach. His name's Howie DeCristofaro. Spent a long time at Milton High School. In the past couple of years, he's been at Etowah High School as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Been coaching forever, veteran coach. Came to Georgia from the state of Florida. I think was actually an assistant coach or a GA at the U back in the day.
Wow.
So, they'll be prepared and they'll be well coached, and they have a lot of athletes. So, we definitely have a challenge before us. Our main mission is day by day, just incrementally get better.
Right.
We're not trying to have a spike every week, but we're just trying to make incremental growth, incremental improvement week to week. And I believe with the players that we got, if they're the type of kids that I know that they are, and with the assistant coaches that we have, I firmly believe that's definitely a possibility. Is for us, is just incrementally improve every week.
Awesome. Well, as we wrap up here, the Team SMI Media Day, we're here with Villa Rica High School. We appreciate you guys coming out and capping it off for us tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Awesome. We're going to come back and wrap things up here, so stick right here on our Facebook page, and also right here on KISS 102.7. We'll be right back.